I'm gonna be talking about something that I feel like was kind of obvious with this, at least for me personally, was kind of obvious. But I'm just gonna go over why this map, honestly, this as a whole doesn't work. So I'm gonna go with how the map is, just in general, as I go through the map. But basically, the reason why I don't think the map works is the fact that it's I don't want to say it's like too big, because it's really not that big of a map when it comes down to it. Like, we've had bigger maps, but what I would say is an issue with this map is the fact that it feels in a way too complicated with how the layout is. There's no real rhyme or reason with the layout of this map, which makes sense for for the situation it's in and the type of map that this is. But at the same time, that also I feel like this doesn't work. This gives off a lot of a die rise type of style, which in that regard, if it really was this fully based off of it, which I mean obviously you can tell it is, it works perfectly. But obviously the community ain't going to like that. And I feel like there's more hate towards this map than appreciation towards this map, and it's not just because of the layout. Although I do think the layout does play a role in that hate, I don't think that's the main reason. I think with how the map is, it also is just confusing when you're going into it. Like, even I get fucking confused still, and this is like my fourth time playing, technically. So, yeah, it's like my fourth time playing this map. It's just, I still get fucking confused on this shit. Like, I still get confused on where everything fucking is. And when I've gotten to this map, gotten to decent rounds on this map, and yet I still get confused on where shit is. And I feel like that shouldn't be how it is. When it comes to the overall, I guess, gameplay and flow of it, I'm not really sure if it really like works. Like, I feel like there's times where like you're fine, and then there's other times when you're just like struggling. Just a lot of struggling, and mainly struggling. Maybe that's just me being ass at this, I don't know. But personally, I just feel like there's too much of not a consistent flow with this map overall. It sucks, and I don't like that. I just don't like the inconsistent flow of the map when it comes to its overall difficulty, because there's parts where it feels easy and you can kind of like control what's going on, and there's other times where like you're not able to control it, which just sucks. I hate that. Like, I feel like once you get to a point, you should be able to easily control how the map is for the most part. I'm not saying that every map has to feel that way to be a good map, but I feel like for the most part, you should be able to somewhat control the map is when it comes to its overall difficulty once you get to a certain point. But with this map, it doesn't feel like that at all. It just feels like it's just a constant struggle. And I'm not saying that I want it to be an easy game. By all means, I don't. What I am trying to say, though, is that there's a part of this map that feels... There's parts that feel easy, and there's parts that don't feel easy when it comes to its layout and how the zombies are in the certain areas. Which kind of just leads to a struggle, if that makes any sense. Like, especially later on, whenever you start to see zombies like turn into vermins. Because yeah, zombies can turn into vermins sometimes when you kill them. Or not vermins, parasites. I think they can turn into vermins, but I'm not too sure. But I've seen them turn into parasites, which is kind of annoying, but whatever, I guess. On top of that, though, I feel like the flow with the story doesn't work with this. And that's a whole other argument to be had with this map, though. And I feel like it's an argument that just always will never go well for the person who thinks the story of this map is good. Because it is not. I hate the idea of there being too many things going on in this map. Because there really is. You have Rick Tothen's story. You have Sam's story. You have the little Max's side story. You have the two people from fucking Liberty, the Blanchard and the other dude that you saved from the Dark Ether in the Easter egg. Like, there's just too much shit that goes in this map, and I feel like the only reason they do that is just so they can try to wrap up the story faster, and it feels really lazy. I feel like what they should have done would be like, we'll let we'll let Rick Tothen and Sam have their own battle at this map. But then after that, we will have there be another map that goes into who's the main victor of this map, let's say. So Rick Tothen versus Sam, and whoever wins will go up in the next map, which will be with maybe Blanchard, but mainly the other dude you saved from the Dark Ether, because clearly they're meant to be like, oh, the big bad person on the map, ooh, scary. So yeah. Another thing that I'd say sucks, this I guess could relate to story-wise, but I don't know, would be the Easter egg. I do not like the Easter egg in this map. This map has a really mediocre Easter egg. I feel like a lot of Easter eggs in BO6 kind of have that feeling, but like like this map, the Riken just really has it. This will be gameplay wise. The Mecha Klaus. I've said this before, I believe, in a video, but the Mecha Klaus is just way too strong compared to any other elite zombie we've gotten. Too much health, and the damage is crazy right now with him. He does too much health and way too much damage. And I just hate that. I hate that he does all this shit and just has an absolute fuck ton of health. And on top of that, he just does too much damage for his amount of health that he has. I just hate that. So the map itself doesn't feel balanced, is what I'm trying to get at. There's no balanced features really with this map. And you think, oh, well, the main wonder weapon must be good against the Klaus dude, right? It has to be. No, it's not. Because once you get that weapon fully, like, pack-a-punch and everything, the Mecha Klauses are already well beyond your strength. So it just makes it feel like an impossible battle to win against him. And maybe that's just me being bad. Sure. But I still could see that being a fair argument to not like the map, considering it's the elite zombie is a part of the map. And I feel like if it's a part of the map, then it can be used as a valid reason to not like the map. You can disagree with me if you want, but personally, I think it's a really fair reason to not have a hateful, not so good, I guess, taste about this map. I just overall don't like the feeling of this map when it comes to gameplay. It feels like it's this on and off with how easy it can be and how hard it can be. And it's like, that shouldn't be how it should feel. Because even in other maps in this game, you feel like there's an actual form of difficulty, but then when you get certain parts done with the map, or like you get Pack-a-Punch, let's say, for an example, or whatnot, you know, you get Wonder Weapon, let's say, or whatever, right? The map feels like, okay, it's not super easy, but you can more of tolerate the difficulty. Like, you can control it. You can almost control the difficulty. in this map, even when you get the Pack-a-Punch weapon, like, yes, it's really good against the normal zombies, which I'm really glad it is, and it's also a really cool wonder weapon. But the thing is that it just doesn't, overall, the map itself doesn't add up to the difficulty in a lot of parts. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there, though. To those who are watching that have played this map and want to share why they either like this map or hate this map, please do. 'Cause I would. What the fuck? I have. Okay. I have 2 double points. This is rare. Okay, but to those who want to share anything about this map as to why they think it's easier, why they think it's hard, please do. I would love to hear a reason as to why this map is a really good map. Because I personally do not see it, but I would love to see, or to hear, or to whatever. Like, I would love to hear why you think the map is good. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it off there, though.